Most of the opposition has decided not to participate in Sunday's election and has called for a boycott. Their leaders have been barred from running, while others are being held in prisons or exiled. Much of the opposition claims the vote will be neither free nor fair and do not trust the Electoral Council, which is controlled by government loyalists. But Maduro, 55, will still share the ballot sheet with two other candidates. Many opposition supporters believe they are part of a government election scam. Maduro's main challenger, Henri Falcon, is an ex-governor and former military man who supported the socialist government until he split from them in 2010. He describes his policies as center-left and has campaigned on making the US dollar the country's currency. He's expected to gain between 30 and 40% of the vote. Polls vary, but most of them show Falcon and Maduro in an even match. Javier Bertucci, an evangelical pastor, is known to serve free soup at his rallies in a country where skipping meals has become common. Several polls indicate Bertucci, who is not well known and whose main proposal is the opening of a humanitarian corridor, is likely to get between 15 to 20% of the expected votes. Caracas resident Leopoldo Matos, 82, idolized Chavez and never imagined abandoning the ranks of his Bolivarian revolution. But this Sunday he will back Falcon. "I opened my eyes. Maduro isn't Chavez," he said. At his home, not everyone feels the same. His daughter Margaret, 42, a dentist with one young daughter, said she has always voted for the opposition. "This time she will not go to the polls. I already know who's going to win," she said. "I feel tired of waking up the next day feeling robbed. Since 1998, when Chavez swept to power, Venezuela's Socialist Party has won almost every election, most of them because of the late leader's charisma and oil revenues that helped fund socialist programs." In more than one occasion the opposition alleged electoral fraud, but did not manage to show evidence of it. But by 2014, oil prices dropped and Venezuela had little savings to fall back on. Corruption and mismanagement along with the lack of oil revenues caused an economic and political crisis that has steadily intensified. Crime has skyrocketed and the healthcare system has nearly collapsed. Diseases, such as malaria and measles, once thought to have been eradicated are surging again. Nearly 1 million people have fled Venezuela between 2015 and 2017, according to the United Nations. Opponents blame the socialist system and Maduro's administration for the economic meltdown, which has undermined his popularity and fueled a political crisis. Maduro insists Venezuela is a democratic country. He admits it has economic problems but blames external forces and domestic enemies. He plans to unveil plans after his re-election for rescuing Venezuela from its crisis. Danny Bahar, a fellow at the Brookings Institution, thinks it was easier for Maduro to rig elections 2 years ago than it is for him to do it now. "The people around him are not as supportive as they were because everyone is suffering from this crisis," he said.